Good morning, everyone. Welcoming you on this beautiful Tuesday morning. And today it is just after 7 o'clock in the morning in the East, 4 o'clock in the morning in the West, and just after 1 o'clock in the morning for those of you in Hawaii. So we want to welcome each and every one of you today. And today, in this brief program that we will go through, is we will focus on the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs and Monday Night Football. Well, let's start with Monday Night Football. The Kansas City Chiefs and the Baltimore Ravens. Last year, the Baltimore Ravens got ousted by the Kansas City Chiefs in the playoffs, and they were hoping to uh, get some revenge in last night's game. But as it turned out, that was not the case. As Patrick Mahomes places 5 total touchdowns together in the win over the Baltimore Ravens yesterday. He had 4 touchdowns passes yesterday. He went 31 for 42, 385 yards. And Travis Kelce on the receiving end, what a big night. He had 6 receptions for 87 yards. Lamar Jackson on the rushing end had 9 carries for 83 yards. So this was a battle of unbeatens going into Baltimore yesterday. And Baltimore wins 34-20. So really, the top 3 best games in all of football this past weekend. Well, you have to start off with Cincinnati, Philadelphia. They ended up in a 23-all tie. Tennessee gets the last game-winning field goal, beating Minnesota 31-30. And it was a battle of the unbeatens in Buffalo, where the Bills beat the Rams 35-32. So a couple of games ended up in a 34-20 score, where it was Cleveland beating Washington and Kansas City beating Baltimore last night by the same score. Well, let's go into week 4 real quickly. And what do we see in week 4? Well, the start times, as I said, we're going to go by Hawaiian Standard Time. So if you want to know what time it will start in the East, right now, you will just add 6 hours to the time that I say, and then it will be the Eastern Standard Time Zone start. I always wondered when announcers talk about upcoming games or upcoming events and everything, they always mention that it will be in the Eastern Time Zone and the Pacific Time Zone. But why not never the Hawaiian Standard Time Zone? I always wondered that. Why don't they mention it in the Hawaiian Standard Time Zone or even in Alaska? But we are going to say everything in the Hawaiian Standard Time Zone. So again, if you want to find out what time it will be in the East, just add 6 hours to what I say, and then you will get it in the Hawaiian Standard in the Eastern Time Zone. So in week 4, it will begin this Thursday, October the 1st, with Thursday Night Football on the NFL Network. And it will be the Denver Broncos and the New York Jets, a pair of winless teams. I mean, the Broncos do have issues. Uh, they can't allow the sacks like they did, like they allowed Tampa Bay to get to the quarterback so many times in that game. If it wasn't for the 1 touchdown late in the second quarter, they would have only had 3 in that game on Sunday. So they did get 1 touchdown, but it wasn't enough as they lose 28-10 to Tampa Bay. And they tried, and one of these teams is going to win. Denver is the favorite to win by a field goal in this game. That's kind of a toss-up. Key players to watch in this game is going to be Sam Darnold of the New York Jets, who on the season has thrown it 96 times, almost 100 attempts in 3 weeks. He is 59 of 96, 562 yards, and 3 touchdown passes in the first 3 weeks. So that's an average of 1 touchdown pass per game. Melvin Gordon III would be the one to watch on the rushing end for the Denver Broncos. After 3 weeks, he has 42 carries, 174 yards, and a touchdown. And Noah Fant of Denver on the receiving end is the one to watch as well. He has 14 receptions for 184 yards and 2 touchdowns through the first 3 weeks. So the NFL on the NFL Network will begin Thursday night coverage in week 4. And that will start at 2:20 in the afternoon. Now for the NFL on CBS on Sunday. And this Sunday will be a doubleheader Sunday, beginning at 7 o'clock in the morning. Most of you will see the LA Chargers at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tampa Bay is a 7.5-point favorite to win that game. Others of you in the early games will get Indianapolis at Baltimore. Or I'm sorry, Indianapolis and Chicago. Jacksonville will be in Cincinnati. And it will be the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Tennessee Titans. And also the Baltimore Ravens and Washington will take place as well. The Battle of I-95, Interstate 95 will take place at FedEx Field. And the doubleheader game in the NFL on CBS will be New England Patriots in Kansas City. Start time will be at 10:25 in the morning, and then some of you will see the Buffalo Bills taking on the 2-1 Las Vegas Raiders. While the Patriots came down to one play, the very last play of the game in Seattle, had Cam Newton crossed the goal line, they would have had the touchdown, and the Patriots would be unbeaten right now going into Kansas City. But I'll tell you, it's going to be a tough game out there in Kansas City. Well, Patrick Mahomes, he is the one to watch right now. He's 82 of 121 at 898 yards passing and 9 touchdowns in the first 3 games of this young season. Julian Edelman is the one to watch on the receiving end for the New England Patriots. He has 15 receptions for 259 yards. That is going to be a big game there. Buffalo Bills and the Las Vegas Raiders. I mean, you got to watch out for Josh Allen. Josh Allen, look at him. He is 81 of 114 in the first 3 games, 1,038 yards passing, and 10 touchdown passes in the first 3 games of this young season. So in the AFC, Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen, they are on a tear right now. Buffalo is favored to win in Las Vegas, which would hand the Raiders their second straight loss, should that happen. Just really amazing for those 2 young quarterbacks, Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. They are on a tear in the AFC right now. In the NFC, it is Russell Wilson who's on a tear. But I'll tell you, the 3 best games in the NFL on CBS to watch for, Pittsburgh and Tennessee, both of them are 3-0. Actually, the Patriots and Chiefs and the Bills and Raiders, Patriots could actually be 3-0. So, I mean, look at what Russell Wilson has done. We'll talk about that in a second. But Fox NFL Sunday will have regional coverage playing beginning at 7 o'clock in the morning. Most of you, Kevin Burkhardt and Daryl Johnston, they'll be in Texas Stadium in Austin, Texas. Second time in 2 weeks, they will have done a game there. Their last one was the Atlanta Falcons and the Dallas Cowboys. Remember Dallas getting their first victory on an onside kick, and then they overcome a 15-point deficit against the Atlanta Falcons and get the game-winning field goal as they win 40-39. Dallas is a slight favorite over Cleveland, but I'll tell you what, watch out for the Browns. They could really surprise you, and I'll tell you, I wouldn't be surprised if the Browns went in there and they upset the Dallas Cowboys. So if you're a Cowboys fan, you have to be concerned because this Browns team is a little bit different this year. You got your hands full against them. So watch out if you're a Cowboys fan. You know, Amari Cooper and Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott in this young season so far, he is 96 of 143 through 3 games, has 1,188 yards passing, and he has 5 touchdowns in 3 games. Unbelievable. So the NFL on Fox NFL Sunday will have that as the game seen to most of the country. Others will see the Saints and the Lions in Detroit. And others will see the Arizona Cardinals and the Carolina Panthers in Carolina. And others will see a couple of winless teams in Houston. It will be the Minnesota Vikings and the Houston Texans, both 0-3 coming into that game. But the real game is going to be the Seahawks and the Dolphins on Fox NFL Sunday. 7 o'clock in the morning, Seattle in Miami. Russell Wilson, what can you say about him? He has 14 touchdown passes through the first 3 games, including 5 of them that he threw against the Dallas Cowboys in Sunday's 38-31 victory. 14 touchdown passes in 3 games, 925 yards passing, and he is 79 for 103. Amazing. The Seahawks are 3-0. They're about a 6.5-point favorite in Miami. Beat the Dolphins. I see the Seahawks winning. I just don't think the Miami defense can slow him down. Russell Wilson is going to have another big day. He may end up having 20 touchdown passes by the time that game is done. I see him throwing at least 6 in that game right now against that Miami defense. Regional coverage game on Fox. Some of you in the late game, 5 in the morning. We'll see the New York Giants and the Los Angeles Rams at the LA Coliseum. The Rams are a 12-point favorite in that game. Yeah, I just don't see the Giants putting up much of a game in that one. I just think that the Rams are going to win that game. I think the best late game is going to be the NFL on CBS. I think those couple games there in Kansas City and in Las Vegas, they could be very interesting games, and they could come down the wire. Philadelphia, San Francisco, Sunday night football starts at 2:20 in the afternoon in Hawaii. I just think in that game, look for San Francisco to win. I think they will get their first home victory of the year. I think after that loss against Arizona, they're going to come back and they're going to contain Carson Wentz. And it's going to be awesome. So I look San Francisco to win by at least a touchdown, maybe a little bit more against Philadelphia. And Monday Night Football, you got Atlanta at Green Bay. I mean, you look at the Atlanta Falcons are 0-3, and the Packers are 3-0. Amazing. I see Green Bay winning this one. Now, going to the NHL Stanley Cup Finals in yesterday's game. So let's look and see what happened in this one yesterday. So, so when you think about this game, Vasilevsky, amazing in this game. 22 shots on goal by the um, Dallas Stars, which they couldn't really get nothing in that first period. Uh, but in the second and third period, they started pouring it on a little bit. But, Vasilevsky, he was the star of the game. 22 saves, no goals allowed. He gets the 2-0 shutout. And it was just amazing in that game. So a great game. Uh, Tampa Bay gets a goal in the first and second period. Dallas could not find the net at all in the game six loss. So um, just a congrats out to Tampa Bay. First time in 5 years they have been to the Stanley Cup final, and they have won this year. So congratulations to them. Now, lastly, we're going to be speaking about um, Major League Baseball right now and the NBA. Well, when you speak about Major League Baseball, you have to see what is actually going on. Now, the games haven't been decided yet, but it will start next Monday. Two American League games will start off. Um, we still don't have the actual schedule yet as far as who's playing who and at what time. So we'll keep you updated on that. And as far as the NBA goes, um, game one of the NBA Finals. Again, it will start uh, with Wednesday and Friday. It will be in LA. The game start time will be at 3 o'clock here in Hawaii, in the Hawaiian Standard Time Zone. It will be at 3 o'clock. ABC will have the entire coverage of every game. So it will start tomorrow and Friday. Both games will start at 3 o'clock in Hawaii. On Sunday, it will start at 1:30 in the afternoon and in Hawaii, uh, Hawaiian Standard Time Zone. Um, and that will be in Miami on Sunday and Tuesday. So not only will you have the Dolphins playing in Miami this Sunday, but then you'll have the Miami Heat also playing to host the Lakers after that. And then Tuesday's matchup of October 6th, that will be game number 4. Um, that will start at 3 o'clock here in Hawaii. Um, so, what do we expect? Well, I'll tell you, it's going to be a great series. I think in the end, I think the Lakers are just a little too much, and that they will win in the end. Well, everyone, you have a great day, and thank you for watching Game Time with Kenny today. And if you like the content and the programming that you've just heard today, please subscribe to the channel, and then click on the notifications bell. You will get all of the upcoming programs and when they air, and so that you will be able to see them live. All right. Thank you all, and you have a great day. Bye for now.